welcome to the Homemade Podcast Sports. This is your host, J Pop.
And welcome back to the Homemade Podcast of Sports with your host, J Pops. Guys, yes, I'm back. This show has not went anywhere. Do you hear me? To all my Aggie fans out there, I love you guys and I thank you guys for staying with me. I have not went anywhere. It has been a long 2 weeks. Yes, it has. But these shows are still coming out, people. Yes, we're getting close to the spring game. Matter what, how many days do we have? What are we? April 6th right now. Our spring game is April 24th. Yes, please believe me, I will be down there. Of course, this will be my first ever spring game. You know, I had to check the tickets. I thought they were going to sell them, but they're not. What they're actually doing is letting everybody come on in there for free. So yes, I will be there, people. Yes, once again, it's the Homemade Podcast of Sports with your host, J Pop. Tonight, I'm back. To my Aggie fans out there, I'm back. Yes, I thank you guys for continuing to subscribe. Like I say, it's been a long 2 weeks. I've been out of town for 2 weekends in a row. I have kids, people. I had to go do the spring break with them. We didn't get to do it the week of spring break, but I had to do it the week after. So then Easter rolled around, and yes, people. So the last podcast that I brought to you guys was when 5-star wide receiver, former 5-star wide receiver, top 25, by the way, he had gotten suspended. No, I'm sorry. He had gotten caught with a little ounce of marijuana or whatever the charge was supposed to be. Anywho, moved on from that, and later on throughout the week or whatnot, he had got suspended from the school. Well, you look up, he's back in there. The suspension is over with. They have reinstated him, and guess what? He will be available for the spring game. Yes, I'm talking about former 5-star wide receiver Demond Dees. No. He has not went anywhere. For anybody who thought that he would have went anywhere, well, I'm here to tell you this. He's not going anywhere, people. He is back. No, he's in there. So be ready for the spring game, because I'm ready. And from my mind and from the looks of it, it looks like he's ready. He's more pumped than anything now. All right, so we'll be watching out for that, of course. But I have some breaking news for you guys. If you guys can remember, man, a couple of months back, I put out there, well, who will be the premier defensive lineman coming in this year, you know, to hold down that defensive line fort. Of course, we already knew about Leon O'Neal. We already know about Jaden Peavy. Now we need, matter of fact, Clemens. I believe Michael Clemens is coming back. He had gotten hurt, I think, a little bit in the mid-season of last year, in the 2020 season. But we already know about him. Who was going to be the next guy to step up and fill Bobby Brown role? Who's the next guy that was going to step up and fill, like the Buddy Johnsons? Although he's a linebacker, he still kind of played on that defensive line when, the play calling required him to. You know what I mean? Like things like that. Who was going to step up and fill that void? Well, if you guys can remember, months back, I had defensive tackle Josh Rodgers on there as well, and everybody, when I posted that video, people was like, well, who the hell is Josh Rodgers? That goes to show you that Mike Elko, Terry Price, Jumbo Fisher, all of those guys, and shout out to what was his name? Antonio Camardi, I believe, the former defensive back. Yes, you guys know him. He was a good defensive back, by the way. Also, I think he had a show and stuff like that. Has a huge family, man. Huge family. A lot of kids, you hear? But defensive back, Antonio Camardi. I did not know that he was doing a grad assistant coaching job for A&M. But now I guess he's past that step, and he will come on to be on that defense to coach the defensive backs. Along with Terry Price, I believe, because Terry Price is back there. So he will come along with him and coach those defensive backs in the backfield. And look here. I'm here to tell you this. Texas A&M will have some shutdown corners for 2021. Mark my words. All right, I'm going to just leave it at that because we're going to get on into that a little bit later on. But breaking news, Texas A&M defensive tackle Josh Rodgers, who I just mentioned, he was buried on the depth chart. They've recruited so heavily to where the guy got buried. I'm just being plain and honest with you. Josh Rodgers got pretty much buried on that depth chart. But he has put his name in the transfer portal. The Josh Rodgers young man, hey, we all salute to you. The Aggie family is behind you to wherever you may go. But he's going to be, I think, a fifth-year senior. He's going into his fifth year, or he was in his fifth year on last year. You guys forgive me on this. My screen keep on going black. But he was going into his fifth year on last year, I believe. And he may be going into the sixth year, but I know I read something that was like a fifth year. So let me get down to it. Let you know a little bit about him, Texas A&M defensive tackle Josh Rodgers announced on social media Monday evening that he plans to enter the NCAA transfer portal. The fifth-year player did not see any playing time in the 2020 football season. Rodgers played in 10 games in 2019 as he saw more action with the departure of Mack. What was his name? Dylan Mack? What was that defensive tackle name, man? But his last name was Mack. But Bobby Brown moved ahead of him in a rotation and wound up being the starting nose tackle. He totaled 5 tackles and 1.5 tackles for loss. Rodgers played in 4 games as a backup in 2018, but he was on a depth chart that included Dalen Mack, Justin Matabuke, and Jaden Peavy, with Peavy often serving as the third defensive tackle in the rotation. As a result, Rodgers saw action in just 4 games. Okay? As a senior in high school, Rodgers produced 35 tackles, 24 solo tackles, 3 quarterback sacks, and 13 tackles for loss. Look here. I don't mean to be mean or anything like that, but you know that you're buried on the depth chart when they start talking about your high school stats, because that's just all I have for you. You know you're buried and you just it's completely too much talent on that defensive line to where they had no choice but to pass them up. They had no choice, and then you look up and you got Shamar Turner coming in there. He's the part of the defensive line as well. You already had the Marvin Lee Al on that line. He was the 5-star. I mean, hey, look here, man. We just keep on getting better. You guys stay tuned. That defense will be a monster. Rodgers was a consensus 3-star prospect in 2017 recruiting class out of Houston Christian High School, a private school. He was ranked anywhere between the top 25 and top 100 defensive tackle prospects in the country. However, Rodgers received mixed grades as the top 100 prospect within the state of Texas. Rodgers committed to the Aggies on signing day and was basically the last member of the February signees to verbally commit to them. He was offered by Oklahoma, which made a push for him along with Houston and Ole Miss. At the time, Rodgers appeared to represent a new breed defensive lineman that could play in a 4-man front or move closer to the edge in a 3-man front as a big 5 technique for the act. However, Rodgers spent most of his time in high school as a defensive tackle. Once again, don't mean to be mean, but you know you're buried on that depth chart when they have to bring out high school stats. Okay? It's crazy, but that's what you want. That's what you want. And people, if you guys did not know, this is Josh Rodgers right here. All right? If you guys did not know. So, I'm going to get up off of this. Give me a little bit of time here. I'm about to make a next move. I want to bring you guys to this guy, to this young man. Let me go to my 247 Sports. Let me get on in here. Now, we're going to drag it to some recruiting. Cadets will be, of course, the class 2022. Oh, man, good God. These are a lot of warm commits, isn't it? So, Kamari Wilson just dropped his, what was that he had dropped? He's down to 12 programs. He had just dropped his top 12. See if we can find a little bit of film on this young man.
This is the moment. Make everyone remember.
Of course, we gotta let that run through some ads. But Kamari Wilson is the 5-star safety, people. He's the 5-star safety from out of Florida out there. Love watching this film of these guys, man. If you guys never gotten to these films, start watching that, man. But safety Kamari Wilson from out of IMG. He's the 5-star safety. He's one of the most converted prospects in 2022 class on Easter Sunday that just passed. Top-rated composite safety. Trimmed his list of schools down to 12 programs, which included Texas A&M among that top group. I'm gonna tell you like this: with Andre Kamari, what was his name? With the Kamari coming in as one of the defensive back coaches, I can honestly say we just may very well be in that landing spot to get this guy, Kamari Wilson, and also Denver Harris. I'm gonna say that once again. With Andre Kamari coming in, we may very well be in one of the biggest spots to land. Well, we may just very well be one of the biggest favorites to land him and also Denver Harris all at the same time. I can honestly say that. But we will wait and see. But joining the Aggies in the top group were Florida State, USF, Florida, Miami, Georgia, Mississippi State, Texas, Auburn, South Carolina, Tennessee, and LSU. I'm so surprised that he did not have Alabama in that damn top group. You don't know how much I've seen Alabama in everybody's top group. And I've seen at least 30 kids drop their top 8, top 5, and things of that nature. And Crimson Tide has been in almost each and every last one of them. In positions where I know good and goddamn well Crimson Tide don't need much need. But because of, they're the team in Tuscaloosa. It's just how it is. But anywho, Wilson made the move to IMG Academy last season and made an immediate impact where he started at safety. He was a Max Prep Junior All-American second team selection after finishing with 21 tackles for PBUs, which is I believe that's pass blocks, and 2 interceptions. Prior to IMG, Wilson was standout at Fort Pierce, Westwood, Florida, where he totaled 114 tackles and 5 interceptions, while he also scored 5 total. Good God Almighty, 114 tackles in high school. Wow. Woo. Wilson is rated as the nation's number 25 overall prospect and the number 1 safety in the 2022 class, according to the industry-generated 247 Sports composite. Sports composite. Also, he's not a stranger to that weight room, so he is not scared of the weights at all. Have I seen any film on him? I have not seen film like that, but guess what we're about to do? We're about to break down some film. We're about to watch a couple of things with this man. Alright? If you guys want to tune in, please stay tuned, because we're going to sit here and we're going to watch a guy in who I believe Mike Elko will get. Terry Price will get. Kamari will get. I honestly believe that. So let's go ahead and watch. Oh, that reminds me of Harold Perkins. If you guys hadn't seen that young man, go and watch it. So you talk about Harold Perkins, Kamari Wilson, which is this young man as a safety, and Denver Harris, and Bobby Taylor, all in one room. Not to mention to go along with Jalen Jones, Eric Young. He's coming back for that same team. Talk about all these guys coming in. Wow. That's a loaded defensive back room, I can tell you that. Loaded. You want that. You want that by far. Going up against these dynamic wide receivers nowadays, you want a loaded defensive back room where you know that you can continue to change out. Oh, wow. Okay. He's good on the blitz. That was a true safety blitz. And he's a versatile athlete. Versatile. He has awareness on the field. Good play. Good play, young man. Once again, this Kamari Wilson, #1 safety in the country. He's narrowed this list down to the top 12, and Texas A&M is one of the programs that are currently in there to get him. Wow. Good play, young man. Woo! Yeah. He had the knack for the ball. Wow. He never took his eyes off the ball, never took his eyes off the play. He wanted it the whole time. And forgive me for putting everything all in one package, but I have not been to you guys in quite a while, man. I need you guys to catch up. I want you guys to catch up. Now I need to catch up with you guys. I like this young fella. This young fella is full of energy. He has a passion for the game. He isn't just playing to be playing. He's playing to achieve a goal. I like that. I like that, man. I love it. I love it. This isn't just, it's a hobby. No, this is what he loves to do. And he has passion for the position. Good goal. Yeah. If you're going to stop the run, and if you're going to get pressure on that quarterback, you need you a kid like Kamari Wilson. I like him. I like him a whole lot. I didn't know that he was this good, to be honest with you. But he looks like a darn good safety. That's exactly what he looks like, a safety. And when it's all said and done, I honestly believe that Jalen Jones will move from cornerback back to safety after the 2021 season, because that was the position that he was originally supposed to start at. But because you had Lamarvin Leon O'Neal, as well as what's some other guy name? I can't think of my other free safety name out there. But because you had both of those guys already, there was no reason to start Jalen Jones at safety. You can let him play corner and build himself at corner and be able to play both positions just like he showed. So if he can play that position, he can play the next one and be a true 2-deep safety shutdown. I like it. Kudos to Huddle, by the way, for putting that fantastic video out there. I love it, man. I love it. Like I say, man, this is just a taste of what to come and things like that. Come on here. Man, we also, we need to put it out there to my guys' spring game, because these guys are getting ready, man. They are getting ready. They're hungry, and they also want it. But man, that was just to give you guys a little bit of taste of what I watch, like on a daily basis and stuff like that, man. Like I said, I love recruiting. Love recruiting. That young fella there, like I said, you get him and a couple of more other guys. Wow, you'll be looking at a stellar defensive back unit of when it's all said and done. A couple of things with the spring game practice. Of course, I haven't been really hearing too much. It's just it was spring break for the kids and things like that. So I haven't just really too much been hearing of anything in practice and nothing like that. But I have heard that it is a strong quarterback battle in this spring practice. Spring practice. In my mind, I still believe that Haynes King will eventually be the starter. Now, what will that say for Zach Calzada? Will he transfer out? I don't believe so. Only because I feel like Zach Calzada will give himself a chance. If he doesn't win the job this year, he'll give himself a chance next year or the year after. Because you still don't have to start Eli Styles right away. You know what I mean? Not to say if Eli Styles don't start, is he not going to transfer? I honestly don't think so. But if he does, well, you have a whole nother guy coming in that has already committed in this class. We already have one that's committed in this class, and which is damn good, and is a 5-star quarterback in my opinion, by the way. But just be watching for that and things of that nature. Like I said, the spring game will be on April 24th. Nothing has changed to my knowledge, so we should be very, very darn well good there. But before I get on out of here, I want to give a huge shout out to the Texas A&M women's basketball team. Those girls went a long way, man. I'm sorry, those women went a long way. So I just want to congratulate y'all, man. Nothing goes, no good thing goes unnoticed. All right, and you guys are Aggies, man. So shout out to you guys. I love what you guys had accomplished. Shout out to the coach. We didn't get to where we wanted to be, but that's okay. But you guys got to the Elite 8. You guys made it to the Elite 8, man. And that's what counts the most, okay? You guys made it to where your expectations brought you, but you just didn't get all the way there, all right? So it's always next year. Yeah, we had to hit that, but it's always next year. But shout out to the Stanford Cardinals. You know, they eventually won it all. Shout out to the Stanford women's team. They won it all over there. And also, man, we had Final Four yesterday. We had the national title game yesterday for the men's. Shout out to the Baylor Bears. You know, hey, hate to say it, but shout out to the Baylor Bears. It's their first ever title since like 1946, I believe. So huge shout out to them. I believe the men and the women's have won 4 years apart from each other now. If I want to say either 4 years, 3 years apart from each other. It might be a little longer than that. But shout out to those guys. Huge accomplishments. Gonzaga, I just don't know. I don't know anymore. I don't. I couldn't believe how long that coach had been there. That fascinates me. I could not believe it. But Gonzaga, I don't know anymore, man. That guy's been there 22 years, and I don't know what the issue is. He just can't get him one. Can't get him one. School has never gotten one. School has never gotten a national title in basketball. Never. Always had a good team. Never can win it all. So I don't know, man. But shout out to those guys for just making it. It wasn't a good game yesterday. It was a blowout from the start. So hey, it is what it is. Hopefully our Aggies can make it there next year and make it an even better game. But shout out to you guys, man. I love you guys tuning in. That is all I have for today. Like I said, I'm coming to you guys. I ain't been to you guys in a while, man. Show is going to be 30 minutes long. I nut. That's okay. It's okay. We need to hear it, all right? But I love all of you guys. Shout out to all of you guys, to all of the 2021 recruits, all the 2022 recruits that's about to start coming in. About to start committing and stuff like that, man. Shout out to you guys. I just want you guys to know that you guys have a family. You guys got a big family. Shout out to the men's basketball team recruits coming in. You guys have a big Aggie family, man. We support you guys. Shout out to the baseball. I don't talk about these sports, I know, but shout out to the baseball team. We started out pretty rough, but now we're getting a little better. All right, just to let you guys know, yes, I do keep up with everybody. Starting to be a little better. Devin A-Chain, I just read where he done the 100 meter. I believe he was kind of like one of the first ever to do it in both. To be a football player as well, a phenomenal football player. Him and Isaiah Spiller and Anaya Smith, L.J. Johnson, DeAndre Jackson. It's guys that's on these running back depth chart that you guys haven't even seen yet. Keep on telling y'all that. We will have a humongous season. I'm already seeing what guys are trying to ask, hey man, is A&M going to be the next Clemson? I've been hearing that probably about 2 years now. Hell, I remember we putting out an episode about that. Now everybody's starting to see it. Could we be there? No, I believe we'll be better than Clemson. That's what I am predicting. It's a lot of people that still don't believe that we'll be over LSU. I have no clue how they don't believe that. I understand LSU has the better prestige in the SEC West and in the SEC in general. They are one of the blue bloods in the SEC, as well as Georgia. As well as Alabama. That's a national blue blood. But A&M is right behind them. And as of right now, in this decade, I will put A&M ahead of LSU Any day, anytime, anywhere. Whether people believe me or not. Mainly LSU fans, they don't want to hear that. They don't want to hear. Hell, I got Alabama fans agreeing with me. That's just that. But they're just ultimately looking for Jimbo Fisher to come on with it. Mainly this year. Because they know we have a damn good roster. And our roster can actually match theirs and match LSU. I look for us to win in Death Valley this year against LSU. Alright? We'll put that out there. Yes, I look for us to win. And we will. We will win. Believe we'll win at home against the team in Tuscaloosa. Alright? You heard it here first. But, anywho, you guys have a blessed day. I appreciate you guys hanging out with me. Once again, it's the Homemade Podcast Sports with your host, J Pops. Guys, I'll be back on Friday. I believe I'll be back on Friday. If not, please stay tuned and just be looking for me. Yes, I have a lot of stuff going on nowadays. But I love all of you guys. Hashtag Gig Mags.
And thank you guys for tuning in to the hashtag Homemade Podcast Sports. Please, guys, subscribe to the YouTube page and also follow me on Twitter at JPops, on Instagram at JPops, and also on Facebook at hashtag Homemade Podcast Sports. Thank you guys once again. Hashtag Gig Mags.